So unbelievably cooked. Good morning. Hold on. Hi, good morning. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hi, everybody. Hold on. I'm so unbelievably cooked. Oh, I forgot to remove my microphone. I forgot to remove my microphone. Give me a second. Good morning. I'm back. Hello. Oopsies. My engagement. My immersion. Hello. Good morning. You saw the arrival stream? Hi Adora. Hi you again. You again, son. Is that how I call you? I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Eugen? Hello. I love your works. I see you on Twitter all the time. Hello. I love your work. Thank you for dropping by my stream. Hello, let me mod you actually. Hehe. There we go. Get wrenched. Hello, welcome. Good time zone, everybody. Good morning, good night, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Good afternoon. How are you all doing? Well, thank you. Of course. I'm so honored that you follow me. I really love your stuff. I think was it the Nene song? the Nene song that I saw you worked on was really, really good. But yeah, good morning. I am really tired right now because honestly, I just had a I just woke up and then I immediately hopped on Marvel Rivals with some of the girls, and some of the girls meaning Ali, Hades, Hermes, Dionysus, and Shibi. So Hermes, Dionysus, and Hades are from Mythos. Shibi is from Veolir, and Ali is in a mixture. Indie. So, mm, mm, mm. But yeah, hello everybody. Sorry that I seem like kind of out of it. I'm really, really tired actually. So I might be a little more low energy today, but hopefully not. I mean, hopefully I'll still be fine, because you know the call of Marvel Rival strikes again. Yeah, basically, I think it was Shibi who messaged me and was like, "Do you want to play Marvel Rivals like on stream like right now?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, you know, let's fucking do it." And so like it was the moment I woke up. And so I got a message from Shibi, and Shibi was like, "Hey, do you want to play Marvel Rivals with some of the girls?" And I was like, "Yes, I will never pass up an opportunity to play with the girls." And so I said, "Okay, give me 15." I went and get breakfast, ate it, I hopped on, we lost every single game. I feel like it was because of me. I feel like it was my fault. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I had fun. I hope that they had fun too. I hope you guys, if you were there, I hope you had fun as well watching. But do you guys like my glasses, by the way? I can always take them off if you don't like them. Do you like them? Really? Should I take them off? Weren't toxic enough? What? What do you mean? I was super toxic. They are nice. They are very nice. Oh, you mean my glasses, not the girls. Sorry. The girls are very nice. I made a meme of one of the moments in Rivals is in the— oh, let me check it out right now actually. Your glasses make you look smart and cute. Thank you. I'm thinking when I go to Japan, because I'm going on the 19th of February. Ooh, don't catch me. I'm kidding. I'm going on the 19th of February and I need to replace one of my pairs of glasses because currently I'm actually wearing my backup pair. And oh, I see it. I see the meme. Thank you. But what was I saying? So I need to replace my pair of glasses that I broke because I fucking kneeled on it. Like I couldn't find my glasses because I'm blind as a bat, right? So I was looking for my glasses on my bed, and then I hear a crunch, and I look down. My glasses are under my knee, and I leaned my entire body weight on it, and so it broke. And it wasn't even the kind of breaking that like can be fixed. For example, if you break the screw, you can just get a new screw and like put it back in, and like, you know, I don't know what the fuck you can do, but you can do that, right? But the plastic bit, because it's plastic, right? The plastic bit holding the leg of the glasses and the lenses together completely shattered and broke. So I was like, fuck my life, first of all. So, Dora, it's so nice to see you. Hello, Harry, how are you? Let me mod you too. I have way too many mods on my channel now, but that's okay. Hello, Harry, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Quick question, why glasses and why not a monocle? I like it this way. I can't pull off monocles. My sister Rena can, but I can't. But yeah, so what I'm thinking is when I go back to Japan, I'm gonna get 2 pairs of glasses. So I'm probably gonna ask them if they can fix the— they're probably not. I'm gonna ask if the old pair of glasses are under warranty. If they are, I'll probably replace them, hopefully for free, fingers crossed. And then I'll get myself another pair, a backup pair, and I'm thinking of getting something similar to the ones right now that I'm wearing on my model. So yeah. How is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. I'm well, glad to see you're well, thank you. Mod, get modded, get modded, get modded, get modded. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, I know. I'm very clumsy. The only reason most of my glasses so far have like survived is because they were made out of metal. But then that was the one glasses, like the one pair that I really, really, really liked, right? That were plastic, and I broke it! And so now I'm wearing a backup pair that I really hate. Well, I don't hate it, but like it's not good, you know. I got it at a like one of the glasses shops. I got it at a glasses shop, and it's gold, right? It's supposed to be gold, like a gold frame, but it's you can see the gold bits wearing off to show silver underneath in some parts. So, yeah, whenever I'm back in Japan, I update my prescription and get 2 pairs of frames from Megane Ichiba. Where's that? I got mine from Jeans. They're so cheap compared to the States. Yeah, they're really cheap compared to here too. Usually over here, a pair of glasses goes for around 200-ish, like average. But in Japan, I got my pair for $99. Even cheaper than that actually. It was like 9,900 yen. And then I got them for like, converting that to my currency, it's about like $95, $80-ish. So I really want to go back. I want to get the exact same pair because I love that pair. I'm thinking I'll probably get like a pair that's like the narrow little frame, and then I'll probably get one that's like a big frame. You know how geeky Adora is? Do you know of Bionicle? I know nothing of it. I'm a fake geek. My prescription hasn't changed in 4 years. Yeah, me too. My prescription hasn't changed in over 8 years? My prescription has remained the same for years. I remember I felt so silly because I was like so sure. I was so sure that my prescription had like increased. So when I went to Japan, I was like, hey, because I went to Jin's in Ikebukuro. And so I walked in and I had typed out everything on my phone, and I was like, hey, like I'm here to do these glasses, can I do the prescription? And I showed it to them, and then they were reading it. And they're like, oh yeah, we have English tests too, like this machine, you know, it can be in English. And so I was doing it, and it was really fucking embarrassing because the machine was basically reading out the instructions really loudly, so the whole store could hear it. And so I was just sitting there like red as hell because it's so embarrassing, right? And it's like, okay, tell me where is the letter facing? And then I would have to like move the little joystick. That was the joystick for some reason. I would have to move the joystick to the direction or whatever. So it was like, okay, tell me which one is clearer, and then I'll move it to like the left or the right. Oh, which one is better, you know, left and right. Which one is blurrier, left and right. So I did all that only for them to tell me like, hey, your prescription hasn't changed at all. I feel you haven't updated my prescription in 2 years. That's okay. Honestly, prescriptions, unless you're like straining your eyes a lot, I feel like they don't really change that much. So I'm lucky because my degree or my prescription isn't very high. That's cheap for glasses. My last pair was so expensive that I gave up on glasses. I have to switch the lenses. Really? Then maybe I should take a trip to Japan. Take any excuse. Okay? I'm telling you, the moment I land in that airport, I'm running to Ikebukuro. First thing, first day, first hour, I'm gonna stash my luggage at the train station. I'm gonna run my way to Jin's, get myself a new pair, because I don't feel like myself with my backup pair. Like, glasses, I think people don't understand. They change your face a lot. They make your face look paler or warmer, and my old pair, my old main pair, the one that I broke, they made my face look a lot warmer, like, in a good way. I look a lot friendlier, right? And it was like, I wish I hadn't broken them. So I really wanna, the moment I land, I'm going to Ikebukuro. Yes, yes. Let me see. Jin's is good, but I seriously love Zoff glasses. They do a lot of really cute collab sets. I should check out Zoff as well. So I saw that Zoff had some really good deals as well, like a pair of glasses with the frames for $50, I think. And so I really want to get that. I want to go there, but it was just because the last time I was shopping for glasses, it was in Ikebukuro, right? And in Ikebukuro, Sunshine City, the Zoff branch is under renovation, I think. So. But yeah. Contact lenses I feel get more expensive over time. I mean, yeah, like you have to constantly replace it, right? I feel like the cost of contact lenses over time, they begin to add up, don't they? Because you need to replace them. You need to replace them eventually. So. Do you guys notice that when I smile, my eyes slant downwards? Look at that. My glasses make my tiny little eyes bigger. My favorite part. Have you been to Kabukicho? No, I haven't been to Kabukicho. Let me Google that. So the last time we went, we were is that in Shinjuku? Or is that near Shinjuku? I've never been, but I want to go the next time I go. So I'm probably gonna go the next time I'm there. So I want to go to, let's see, where do I want to go this? Where do I want to go to this time? I want to go to Shinjuku. I want to go explore more of Shibuya. I want to go to Ikebukuro, and maybe more of Akiba as well. Akiba was actually really fun. I didn't expect that. I honestly thought that Akiba was just like that. Like it wasn't much to see there, but it was really fun. My backup pair is really nice support on my face and adjustable arms, but they're so ugly on my face. Yeah, me too. Same here. Remember to get an extra pair when you're there? Yeah, I was just saying I really want to get 2 pairs. So maybe I'll get one from Jin's and maybe I'll get one from Zoff, because it's really like really sad that my glasses are broken. Hi Adora, I hope you've been doing well. I want to say good night to you and everyone. Hey! Good night! I hope you have a good night, and thank you for coming by, even for a short while. Hey Adora, hello! Hi, how are you? I hope you're all doing well. Only one in my entire family doesn't need glasses. Me and my brother both have glasses, but my mom doesn't. Wait, no, my mom does too. What am I talking about? She just uses contact lenses. My whole family wears glasses. My mom's degree, her prescription is so high that when you turn her glasses to the side, you can see how thick the lenses are because they're basically popping out of the frame. So I think my mom's prescription is 1,000 degrees, or close to 1,000, like 800. So yeah, hello Ohadora. Glasses, yeah, do you like them? 800? Yeah, 800. Hello Adora, how are you today? I see the glasses is back. Yeah, they are. I'm not taking them off. I really like the way that I look with them. So maybe for the foreseeable future, I'll have them on. But we'll see. Holy, yeah, I know. Luckily mine isn't that bad. My degree is like 375, I think. So we big chilling? I am doing good. How are you? How is everybody? You guys want to tell me about your day? I really want to ramble and rant about my shift from yesterday. But alright. Hold on. Yeah. How are you guys? Glasses are really versatile. Don't you think? Look at it. But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I started a new job like yesterday at a cafe. So I'm a barista now, and like, but not only am I a barista, but I'm also running service. I'm also doing service. And that's because I am currently in the process of switching career paths. But I'm currently switching career paths. So I'm not really a barista. I'm more of a like service staff. Like I'm running food, I'm clearing plates, I'm running drinks, I'm doing everything, right? Tell me why one of the guys that I work with is a complete doofus. Like I was like, oh, I think that I was really tired after my shift because I was basically doing like 4 people's jobs at once. I was running food, I was clearing plates, I was stocking up their drinks, I was asking them like, "How do you want more wine?" and then I'll pour the wine for them. And I was also, you know, at one point I was washing all the cups that we had because we had a lot of drinks come in, right? And they were running out of cups, so I had to quickly wash everything. So then I turned to this guy and I'm like, "Could you help me wipe these clean so that they can use it?" And he goes, "With what?" And I'm pointing at the cups, and then I go, "Can you wipe these clean with this rag?" And he goes, "What rag?" "What do you mean, what rag? I'm pointing at it! I'm pointing at it! What are you talking about?" And then never mind, I was like, "This one," and he picks it up and he goes, "Oh, but it's really wet." Then wring it dry! What are you talking about? Wring it dry, lay it over the coffee machine because it's warm so that it dries up quicker. Just don't stand around holding it, looking at me like I have all the answers, you know? It's just so bad. If I was just making drinks, I would be a lot happier, I think, because I really do love making drinks. So, that's unfortunate. I don't think this has to do with my glasses, but people have said I look intimidating, like not in the weeb. Like people actually have said this to me. I mean, maybe you gotta like, I don't know. Maybe you just gotta work on, I don't know. For some people, I know that they have like resting bitch faces where like they're not, when they don't smile, people think they look really scary. And I think that for some people is also just like the air that they have, or like the aura maybe. But anyways, it was so silly. And at one point, so we were closing finally, and I was like, "Hey, could you like mop the floor for me, please? Because I just swept. You know, I swept the whole floor clean. So can you help me mop the floor, please?" And he goes, "Shit, you know, where do I get the water for the mop? From the sink? What are you talking about? From the sink? Where else would you get it? Do you want me to open some bottles of drinking water so you can put it in the mop bucket? What?" And I turn around and I go, "Huh?" I feel like having to give people every instruction pisses me off. Exactly, me too. And I feel like for me, I'm the kind of person who tends to take charge if nobody else is doing it. Like, I don't really consider myself a leader, maybe? I don't know, like, if there's nobody else that's taking charge, I will do it. And sometimes I feel like it makes me sound like a massive bitch when I order people around, because otherwise, we're just gonna be standing around with our hands up our asses doing nothing, right? So I'll go, "Hey, can you help me clean the table, please?" And then I sound like I'm a manager. I sound like a bitch. But if I don't do that, if I don't give anybody the explicit instruction, they won't do it. I always tend to work with people like these where, like, if I don't give them explicit instruction and I don't go to them and I say, "Hey, can you clean this for me?" or "Hey, can you help me clear up their plates?" they don't do it, you know? And then they come to me and they're like, "What do I do?" And I'm like, this is my first day too. It always happens. I always tend to be the person that's quote unquote bossing people around, you know, because it always makes me turn out to seem like I'm a bitch. You know, someone has to take charge, right? So I will do it. But you know, it sucks. It sucks. Okay, konnichiwa, konnichiwa. Why don't deal with people if I wouldn't be able to stop myself? I don't say it in a mean way. I'm just like, hey, can you help me do this, please? And thank you. But some people just don't like being quote unquote ordered around, I guess. So, hi Adora, hi Gilbert, how are you? So it just, like, I hate having to take charge. Don't get me wrong. That's why I say I'm not really a leadership type. Like, I am a leader when I have to be, and that's it. Taking a break, left your glasses? Thank you! I had teamwork last semester when I was communicating, so I had to step up to coordinate everything. Yeah, that happens to me all the time too, actually. Whenever I have to do group work, I always end up the leader. I don't like it. Every great leader I've met never wanted to be one? Really? I feel like I'm just, you know, you're contributing to this? No! No! I don't want to be a leader. You know, I just wanna vibe like everybody else, but I end up having to delegate work. And also, my shift yesterday taught me that I'm not good on my feet. Like, my friend, I work with my friend, and she's the one who introduced me to this job, but she was like, hey, holy shit, dude, you're a really solid worker. And I'm like, thank you, but I wish I wasn't, because at least I wouldn't be so tired. Like, I was doing, I think, 3 or 4 people's jobs at one time, because I was doing everything. I was running around, I was taking orders, I was, you know, running food, running drinks. So I'm very tired. At the end of the day, I could barely make it home because I was hobbling home. My feet hurt so bad. But yeah. Sorry, that was my rant about work. The burden of being efficient. Yeah, it's the burden of being efficient. Just because I do, like, let's say I do 7 things while someone else does like 3. But then because I do it faster, they think I'm not doing anything, which really sucks. It really, really sucks. Like, I kept being told by my manager, like, hey, can you do this, please? Like, can you make sure that their plates are cleaned and their drinks are topped up? And I'm like, I've been doing that. I have been the only one doing that. But because I'm standing around now after finishing all that, you think I'm not doing anything, but that's not true. I am doing shit. You know? You're not sheep, you're the tiger. Priestess tiger. Rah! In another life, I would have been a tiger, I feel like. Can you imagine me with little tiger ears? That would be cute. I wish I had asked to be an animal too, but... Sorry for being so epic that it looks like I'm not doing anything. Exactly. It sucks. I cannot wait to go back to school. I'll just be honest with you guys. I can't wait to go back to school. Cause so that I don't have to do any of this. Like, my legs still ache. I've had like patches on my legs for the whole night and they're not really working, which really sucks. Reminds me that last year my roommate had no idea how to use a plunger and I was losing my mind. How are you in college? I don't know. Yeah, some people are just really sheltered, I think. Like, they don't really know what to do. And yeah. But yeah, should we go into... Sorry, I was just ranting and rambling. Should we go into the main part of the stream? Okay. Yay! Oh, I'm too big. Hold on. Is that better? Okay. Let's go! Okay. We love Adora Ramblings? Aw, thank you! To be honest, before I read your concept, I thought you were a shepherd. Really? Me? Yeah, it's insane how sheltered people are. Like, it's not their fault. Don't get me wrong. It's not their fault that they're sheltered. But then, it really is like a wake-up call sometimes when you realize how different you are from those people. Or like how different you are in general. But yeah. Okay, so all these are manhwas that I've read. I thought I read more. But apparently not. Like I must be missing a couple. Actually, let me check. Let me check my list right now. I must be missing some because I feel like I am missing some, but it's okay. Ado Yaps, exactly. This is a shorter list. Like this isn't everything. Like I have a lot more like webtoons, but these are all like pretty much almost the same genre except for like, where is it? Except for like one or two. Wait, I forgot some! Oh, okay. I think I forgot some. I don't remember. But it's okay. We'll keep it this way. Okay? I have read manhwa before. I will not repeat the names of some of the manhwa I read for reasons. That sounds suspicious. I remember talking about Sweet Home. Wait, Sweet Home? I don't think I've read that. Really? Have I talked about that? Love or World? Whoa? This is much shorter than I actually really thought. Good time zone! Hello! Welcome in. Green women and yapping are a correlation I've seen more often than not. Maybe it's just the green woman stereotype. You never know. Sweet Home is a great little horror webcomic. Oh, I've never read Sweet Home. You should read Love or Woe then? Okay, I will. Okay, so first up, this one is... Wait. Okay, this one is The Tyrant Wants to Live Honestly. Wait, first up, let's name our tiers. So first up is... Boom shakalaka, yes god! Okay. Have you guys heard that audio? I feel like that's brain rot. Boom shakalaka! Yes god! Okay, anyways. So that's this tier is my all-time favorites. It's the ones that are, to me, really good plot, unique, I would say really good. Basically. Doesn't matter if other people think it's bad, it's good to me. But fantastic yell, thank you. I know basically nothing about manhwa. I read some on Digimon adaptations. Yeah, so it's okay because all this is under a very specific genre of manhwa. Like this isn't like, there's no ORV, there's no solo leveling, there's no lookism, okay? I know about those, I haven't read those personally, but these are all a very specific subgenre. And the subgenre is isekai. Okay, so it's otome isekai, which means isekai for women. And they all kind of follow the same-ish plot where... What's that? They follow kind of the same-ish plot devices where it was like, it usually follows a girl who either went into the world of their favorite novel or their favorite game. They got reincarnated, basically, into their favorite novel or game. Usually, they get reincarnated into the role of the villainess. So that's why another name for this genre is villainous manhwa. Because usually they're, you know, they transmigrate or they get isekai'd into the body of the villainess, who either is, most of the times, they're either like misunderstood or framed by other people, or they're actually genuinely villainesses. Alright? So it's either one of those. And then when the main character gets isekai'd into their body, the villainess's body, they're like, I gotta turn it around, I don't wanna die, you know? They're like, I don't wanna die, you know? So they try to change the story. They try to escape their death. Because usually the villainesses die. And, yeah. So what else? There's also another subtype of this genre. So there's the isekai route where the main character is an ordinary girl and she gets isekai'd or transmigrated into the story. There is another type where it's time travel. Basically, everything happens in their first life, and let's say they were really awful or they were really framed, and usually they're villainesses again. They were framed or they were really genuinely awful. They die early and they get sent back in time before everything happened. Yes, yes. So that's it. I'd say. Also, is my mic volume okay? Basically same as their light novel, manga, anime equivalents then. Yes, basically. So there's time travel and then there's reincarnation or isekai. Villainous manhwa is Kino, absolute cinema, exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna be sharing a lot of, these are a lot of my personal favorites. Some of them I've dropped, some of them are not good, but they're my favorites and, you know, that's how it should be. Let me just check that I have everything. Because I feel like I'm missing some. I feel like I genuinely am missing some. So let's see. Let's see. Because I'm pretty sure I've read more than these. These are like 20-ish manhwas. But it's okay. I feel like I will be spending so much time on all of them that it doesn't really matter. Oh wait, there is a couple that I forgot. I think. Never mind. We'll just stick with these. But Mikumi senpai! Wait. Hi! Thank you for the raid. Hello. Mikumi senpai, thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome, and hello raiders. My name is Adora Fortune. I am from VOLs 2nd generation, same company as Mikumi senpai, and I am a High Priestess VTuber. Hello, hello, welcome in. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope Mikumi senpai you're doing well as well. We are currently trying to tier rank some manhwas. We're yapping. I'm Eepy. Good Eep. Have a good rest. And if you guys could check out my senpai Shirausa Mikumi, you can just go to my YouTube homepage, scroll down, find the white rabbit, Shirausa Mikumi, and check out her channel too. Yes. Mikumi senpai, thank you so much for the raid again. Hello. Manhwa tier list? Yes. So, okay, let's start. The first one, this one. Oh wait, no, I'm still trying to name my tiers. I forgot. White rabbit sounds like a Chinese candy? Yeah, it's the Chinese candy. It's my favorite one. You can add others you forgot at the end, possibly? Yeah. So, wait. Okay, let's name our tiers. So the first one, my favorites of all time. Boom shakalaka! Yes, God! And then the next one is maybe like, okay, this one is the classics. You eat rabbit's candy? Yeah, I do. Watch out. The classics. So they're good. They're good, but they're not as good as the best one. White rabbit candy is so good! Mikumi senpai, have you never had them? They're made out of your brothers and sisters. No, I'm kidding. White rabbit candy is like this Chinese candy with the rice paper around it, and you can eat it with the rice paper. Okay, so the classics, and then this one will be like the middle. So they're not good, but they're not bad. But it's like wait, all right. Okay, and then this tier is like, honestly, I forgot. And then the last tier, the worst tier. It's made from my ancestors' sweat. Oh my god. They're good, right? They're worth every single sweat. Curse you, Addie, you're really making me crave a white rabbit candy now. I mean, it's good. Okay, and then the last tier. Wait, I feel like these should be reversed because red means bad, right? And then green means good. Wait, okay, there we go. Something like this. And then boom. And this one is Chad, I'm not safe here. Two Hohai's gonna eat me now. We're gonna team up and we're gonna eat you. Okay, so the last tier is the ones that I've dropped. Wait, let me see. I want to make my tier list names funnier, so maybe not the classics. Maybe we gotta think of a pop culture reference to label our tiers. Okay, so this Boom Shakalaka, yes God. This is let me think. Rabbit stew sounds good. What? That's crazy. Okay. I'm thinking. Rabbit stew. No rabbit stew. No rabbit stew. Okay, this one, I'm pulling an old joke. Timothy Chalamet. Why did it go that way? You know what? Tom Holland. Meaning, it's not, like, everybody loves him. I'm okay with him. Like, I'm alright. You know, I was gonna say Timothy Chalamet for the same reason. Like, everybody loves Timothy Chalamet. But I'm just alright with them. Same thing with Tom Holland. Everybody's crazy over Tom Holland, but I'm just like, he's okay. He's alright. You know. Okay, the last one. Alright. The last one is Willy Wonka Experience. Do you guys know the Willy Wonka Experience? The one in Glasgow, I think was it called? The one where it was advertised with AI and it was like, oh, it's really, really good. And then they came and it was like, there was like a ball pit. There's like a ball pit and like a really stoned girl. The Glasgow Willy Wonka Experience. Okay, and then this one. I forgot. The one that looked like a crap. Yeah. I can't say that out on stream, but yes. Good morning, Adora. Good morning. And then, okay, this one is the second tier is like, it's good, but it's not as good as everybody else. That was the unknown character? What do you mean? Let's see. Let's think. What should we name this? What should we name this tier? Absolute Cinema? Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, let's go. Alright, so the first one, this one, was suggested to me, I believe, by a friend. This one is, let me see, The Tyrant Wants to Live Honestly. So that's The Tyrant Wants to Live Honestly. Maybe I should put the titles in text as well, just so you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. Because these titles are seriously ridiculously long. Okay. So there's The Tyrant Wants to Live Honestly. Let's put it over there. Alright. So that's the first one. That's the first one. The Tyrant Wants to Live Honestly. Which is this one. Okay, and for this, the storyline. And now, by the way, I'm gonna try my best to remember the storylines, because some of them I've already forgotten. I'm starting this one. This one is really good. This one is really good. Ohadora! Ohadora! Okay, so this one is really good, okay? Depending on what you say. No, this one is really, really, really good, okay? So The Tyrant Wants to Live Honestly is about this girl who, in her first life, she was a tyrant, basically. She was really awful to people. She was evil. She was basically like a killer. I think she killed her own brother to be the emperor or the empress. And so she did all these terrible things, right? I believe. And then she died, I'm pretty sure. Like, she got killed by someone else. She got killed. Oh, right. I believe she got killed by the male lead, the one that she was in love with, right? I think she... Wait, no. Wait, no. Let me think. See, my memory is really bad. Let me Google the plot summary real quick. But okay, so the main gist of it is that in her first life, she was an awful person. She was a killer. She killed her own brother to ascend to the throne. She, you know, what was that? She would spend money, she would drink, she was blah 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 blah. She was executed, I think. Yeah, I think she was executed. I forgot. But basically the point is she died in her first life. She gets sent back in time to when she was a kid, and she makes the decision to basically turn a new leaf to live a better life. So in her first life, she was really in love with this one guy, and she was married to him, but he hated her, right? He really hated her. And was that it got to a point where, okay, I can't really say this on stream because it's both a spoiler and it's not good, but basically he hated her so much that something happens and he dies. And this is all in the first chapter, by the way, I'm pretty sure, so don't worry. Was she executed? Yes, she was. So when she turns back time, she makes this resolve to never approach that guy again, the guy that she was in love with, because she knew that I don't know, like she felt like his life would be ruined if she came into it again, because he was forced to marry her, right? So this one, boom shakalaka, really, really fucking good. It's a story about how she tries to be a better person. Like, she was genuinely awful. You know, she was spending a lot of money, just drinking. She wasn't a playgirl or anything like that, but yeah. My Pokemon pun went right. I'm not gonna register things like that. I'm too dumb. I'm kidding. Okay, so this one is really, really good. It's one of like my favorite stories so far, one of my favorite manhwa so far, because I never really it's really, really good. Basically, it was a deviation, I believe, from the usual villainous stories for reasons that I cannot disclose. You know, because it's a spoiler and I don't want to spoil you guys. You should read it 100%. It's really, really good. The next one is Into the Light once again. Into the Light once again. Absolute cinema. Wait, no. I feel like it's one of my favorites, but like it's not. Like it's either one. Is either one of these. Would you be a light novel villainous? I feel like, yeah. I feel like I would be. I would love to be one. Well, not love to be one. I feel like I would be one. Okay, Into the Light once again. Unfortunately, I'm trying to remember the plot right now. Hold on. What was it? Let me think. Oh, right. Okay, I remember. Okay, so the plot of this is the girl, what was that? The Taiwans would be good, live honestly is peak. It is peak. It's really, really good. So Into the Light once again, let's see. I feel like it should be an absolute cinema, only because it's not, like, it's good in its own right, but it's not super good, okay? So Into the Light once again is about this girl who, in her first life, this one is also unique in the sense that she doesn't get sent back in time, and she doesn't get she gets reincarnated, but she's not isekai'd. So in her first life, she was basically an outcast in her own family. I believe it was because everybody else, like, she looked different from everybody else, so they hated her because she had like black hair and stuff like that, and they were like, oh, she's so gloomy, you know, compared to her sister, compared to her, like, the sister that everybody loves. So when she was framed for attempting to kill her sister, and was that when she was framed for attempting to kill her sister, she was actually executed for it without being able to prove her innocence. And then she gets reincarnated into a different person in the same world. So she wasn't like a commoner, like she wasn't like someone from the modern world and she got isekai'd. She didn't get sent back in time, which is why I was like, this is really interesting. She gets reincarnated into a different princess, I believe, of a different kingdom in the same world. trust me, but in a different kingdom. And she gets, what was that? She gets reincarnated into a loving family this time. So the last time around, you know, her family hated her, they outcast her, they favored her sister, who I believe wasn't even her real sister. I think that she was like her sister, quote unquote sister, was like a fake, right? And she like put a spell on her family or something like that. But anyways, what's done is done. She got executed, she got reincarnated into a different girl. And this time around, she's being treated much better. Yes, yes. Anyway, it's getting late and got some morning classes tomorrow. Good night. I hope that you had a good, you'll have a good sleep, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. Have a good day at school tomorrow. So, yeah, okay, that's Into the Light once again. Also very good. This one is, can't really see it. Oh wait, let me add the title real quick. So that's and then the third one is I will be masterless family. Okay. So the third one is I will be the matriarch in this life / I will master this family. Once again, boom shakalaka. It's really fucking good. Okay. What is this one about? So this one is about a girl, the main character in her first life. So it's like a time travel kind of situation where she worked really, really hard to gain, I believe, the recognition of her grandfather, who is the head of the family, I think. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, manhwas tend to be merciless. Yeah. So manhwas tend to not shy away from like the heavier topics. But so I will be the matriarch of this family was basically in her first life. She didn't really get any recognition for how hard she worked for the family. She was always working her ass off, you know, to help with the finances, to help with the running of the household and stuff like that, but nobody paid her any attention. So I believe it was her grandfather, like only her grandfather really paid much attention to her, right? And her dad too, I think. I'm trying to remember, like my memory is really bad. But anyways, point is, her grandfather died, she gets cast out of the family, and she gets reincarnated, I think, after she dies of overwork. So she gets sent back in time to when she was a kid again, and this time around, she decides to be more strategic about how she approaches things. Because in her first life, she was a wallflower, she didn't want to attract any attention, and that didn't serve her well, because her cousin, I believe, stole like all her credit, stole her money, something like that. And so you can see me like squinting and frowning like this. It's because I'm trying to remember. I didn't even realize you could see me frowning, but yeah. Song is cute. Are most of them the sweet type of manhwa? The opposite actually. A lot of these have like really heavy themes. Like, okay, wait, hold on. A lot of these have themes of like neglect, abuse, like past abuse or like child abuse or like, you know, abuse in general. A lot of them have murder and like graphic themes. But yeah, so I will be the matriarch in this life / I will master this family. Is a really good story about this girl who gets sent back in time, and as a kid, she decides to be really smart about it. She decides to be more what was that? She decides to be more smart, basically, about the way that she handles things. Okay, so that's I will master this family. The next one is Kill the Villainous. Wait, let me see. Is it My Next Life as a Villainous Levels of Pig? I've never read that. Let me add that to my list of reading, actually. I have a really long list of what I want to read, so... Let's see. My next... I'm writing it down right now. As the Villainous. Okay, so... Oh... You should write / draw your own manga or manhwa? Maybe. One day. Meow. Hello, Novi! I do have to say, after reading so much stuff about revenge, I started to enjoy redemption and reconciliation. Ah, that makes sense. I'm still very much on a revenge kick. I feel like redemption is also really good. Actually, redemption is really good too. So next one is Kill the Villainous. I will be honest, it's between I For Gore and Willy Wonka experience. I feel like it's more in I For Gore, like one of these, mainly because like I didn't really vibe with the plot. I didn't really like it. So Kill the Villainous is about this girl who I believe she got reincarnated into this fictional world. So she got transmigrated, isekai'd, and her first thought is, oh, I just need to kill myself to get back to where I was, like my modern world, my real life. Right? She was like, oh, I need to myself. And so she's trying to find ways to basically ensure her death or something like that. Like, I think she tried, but then the world wouldn't let her. So she's trying to find external ways of like going back to her real world by death, by dying, basically. So there's that. I don't know. There wasn't really anything memorable. I just believe there's like a harem aspect to it, I think, where there are like multiple male love interests for her. But I just don't really like the story. I don't really like her either. It's just something about her that like, I know a lot of people love this, but I just don't like it. I don't vibe with it, you know? I don't fucks with it. And it's just not good. I just don't fucks with it. Yeah, like I just know that one of the main male love interests is like a priest or something, and he's like crazy. He's like a crazy priest where he's like, I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go. Like yandere, basically. That's all I remember from it. So it's honestly, thinking about it, Willy Wonka experience. Like it just pissed me off. Okay, next one is A Business Proposal. This one is, you know, it's like Tom Holland. It's good. Wait, no, let's put it in absolute cinema. It's good. You know, can I add a tier? No, I can't. Okay. It's good. Like, Business Proposal was made into a K-drama as well, if you've seen that on Netflix. A Business Proposal is about this girl, I believe, who... I'm trying to remember the plot. I'm trying to remember, but like this one is really fluffy, so there's not really much plot to remember. I think the main pointer of this one is that she went on a fake date or like a blind date as her friend to, okay, so I think it was her friend is a really rich heiress and she constantly gets set up by blind dates with blind dates by her family. So she tells her friend, the main character, the main love interest, the main girl, right? Can you go on this date in my stead? Because I really don't want to go on it. So she's like, okay. She shows up in dressed head to toe in like really rich clothes, expensive clothes, like gaudy clothes, right? And so she sits down and she starts acting crazy. She's like, stuff like that. In fact, I feel like we can watch a clip from that. Hold on. Let me blank out my screen real quick. And I'll show you. Yuri Manhwa? No. Date scene. Ah! Thank you for the $2, Silo! Read a Yasumi Bunbun Shamo? I will. Okay, wait. Here we go. I found it. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Okay. Thank you so much for the super. I really appreciate it. I'll add that to my list. Kind of sounds like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Basically, okay. Let's see. Okay. Gotta be really careful. Just in case. Okay. Okay. Here it is. It's this one. This Netflix show, Business Proposal, is based on the webtoon that I read like years. She works at his company. Like her real identity, the real her, because currently she's pretending to be her friend, right? Her rich heiress friend to scare off this date. He's the president of the company she works at. And it like, oh, didn't mean to do that. It actually works. It actually works because he can see that she's like, he can see that she's really nervous. So he's like, yeah, let's get a room. Let's get a hotel room right now. But they didn't do anything. They end up at the hotel room. And I believe he's like, oh, I gotta go. Like, I have work. She's so good, right? She played 4D chess on him and herself. Exactly. So that's a business proposal. It's really funny. It's a rom-com, I believe. So, it's based on a K-drama. I mean, it's based on this webtoon, the K-drama, I mean. I actually like the webtoon a little bit more than the K-drama itself. You know, she's been trying to dig herself out of the game only to end up burying herself. Exactly. You get it. So, that one's a business proposal. It's really good. Marry my husband. Ooh, immediately boom shakalaka. I've talked about Marry My Husband before. There's also a K-drama based on this that's also on Netflix. But Marry My Husband is basically about this girl who, in her first life, she worked really hard. But she was married to this scumbag, right? She was married to this guy who didn't do shit, didn't appreciate her. He was cheating on her, but she didn't know that. But he was basically awful to her, right? He never took her out on dates, never got her gifts, never really cared about her. When he lost his job, he never picked up another one. So she worked really hard, like, to support the both of them. And not only him, but his mom was also pretty awful to her. So she worked so hard that she got cancer, I believe. She was under so much stress that she developed cancer. And so she was terminal and she was dying. And she decides, like, I think that was one day where her nurse was like, hey, like, you haven't paid the hospital bills. And she's like, what? But like, I have enough savings, you know? I have enough savings that should have, you know, kept me going, and also my husband should have paid the hospital bills because he's you know, he's supposed to, right? So she takes a cab home. She comes home, and who does she catch in bed? Other than her husband and her lifelong best friend. Yeah, her lifelong best friend. Her best friend since she was 14 years old all the way till she was like 30 something. They've been best friends since childhood, actually, not for 14. Since childhood, she catches her in bed with her husband. And so that wasn't enough, right? They didn't know that she was home, and the door was like kind of open, like the door to her bedroom was kind of open, so they were in bed together. And so she hears them talking about her, right? And her best friend is like, oh, you're so smart. You know, how did you know to take out a life insurance on her? So she realizes that her husband had took out a life insurance on her, you know, before she even developed cancer. And then he goes, well, her dad died the same way, didn't he? He overworked himself to death. So it's, you know, isn't it like obvious and natural that she would do the same? And he was laughing and they were laughing, and she was like, oh my god, you're so smart, right? So she's hearing her lifelong best friend and her husband plot on her demise. So she rushes in. She's like, what the fuck? I'm gonna tell everybody. Blah, blah, blah. And then her husband pushes her and she dies because she hits her head or something. She dies, but then she gets sent back in time before she even married her husband. So this time around, the second time around, and she realizes that her best friend has been jealous of her whole life, has been coveting her stuff, has been, her best friend was the reason she was bullied in high school as well. Her best friend was basically the reason behind a lot of her misfortune, because she was just jealous. She couldn't stand the fact that the main character, the girl, had a loving father, right? She couldn't stand that. She was basically jealous, and there's another reason why, but it's a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say it. But basically, her best friend was the reason her life fell apart. So the second time around, she gets reincarnated, like she gets sent back in time. She decides to get revenge on both her husband and her best friend. So it's a lot of like, it's a really good revenge story. I would say so myself. Yeah. Okay. And the next one is The Villainess Wants to Rest. Immediately Willy Wonka, This one is when the villainess is in love. When the villainess falls in love. Let's see. I feel like I've read this one kinda, maybe? It was a pretty big one at one point. Pretty big webtoon at one point. It's really good. It's good revenge. Like, the main character's best friend is like batshit insane, so you don't really feel bad. Oh, what's the previous manga's name? Oh, right. Wait, let me add it. Okay, so I just talked about wait, where's my chat? Okay, so I just talked about Business Proposal, and that was the one that we watched a clip of. And then the one with the cheating husband is Marry My Husband. There we go. I hate when they water down the revenge with unnecessary romance. I agree, kind of. Like, I'm 50-50 on that. I think that revenge is good, but I also need a break from, like, constant revenge and, like, angst and anger and stuff like that. So the romance is also, like, a good way to balance it out, I think. Obviously not when it's too much, but I like that, you know, if the character's taking revenge, that they have a person in their corner. I like that they would have, like, some fluffy moments too. So there are some bangers on this list, I know, and I'm not even done yet. So the next one, this one is when the villainess falls in love. Immediately Willy Wonka experience, because I just hated it. I just hated everything about it. I believe when the villainess falls in love is about this girl who is terminally ill or something. Wait, let me Google it just to be sure. I just really didn't like it. It's also harem, meaning like the main character and like a couple of male love interests, and it was really, really bad. Like, what was that? Let me see. The disease is incurable. Yes, the main character, the female lead, she was, I believe, transmigrated. Like, she was reincarnated into the role of the villainess, but it was really, really bad in the sense where, like, she was suffering from this. Sure, she was suffering from a terminal illness, I think. It was not terminal, but, like, incurable, where she basically, like, vomits blood and stuff like that, and she, like, and then she faints. But it was basically every single chapter she would faint once, and the story wouldn't go anywhere, because it would, basically each chapter would be, like, the male love interest, multiple, would be like fighting for her attention or something, and then she some other plot thing will happen, and then out of nowhere she collapses. Like she's like, and then she collapses. She vomits blood, she collapses, and then like the male love interest all rush to her side, and they're like, "What's wrong, Pookie?" And then she'll be like, "I'm okay," and then they'll be like, "Oh, it's so." She might have a medical condition. She does. She has an incurable disease, which I get. Like, there are ways to do that without being so repetitive. Like, it was like every chapter or every 2 chapters where she would faint once, and then the whole story would stop because they had to rush to her side and be like, "Oh, it's okay." She's not called Pookie. No, she's not called Pookie. No. But yeah, it was just really bad. I feel like the male love interests, their personalities was also really like bad and like not memorable. The female lead herself wasn't great either. So yeah, the next one is Beware the Villainess. Honestly, Tom Holland. Beware the Villainess was funny, but I feel like how do I say this? Like, I finished it, it's finished, it's completed, I finished it, I don't remember a thing about it. Like, not to say I don't remember, I remember some parts of it. Like, for example, this blue-haired guy, she saves him or something, and then he's like following her around like a dog or something. I think he's also actually a dog, I forgot. But it's like, number one, it's forgettable, number two, it didn't really leave a huge impact on me, and I'm such a sucker for villainous story, me too. That's just what Adora calls her? Yeah, that's just what I call her. She was hit with negative 10 vitality? Yeah. She was just like debuffed apparently. So Beware the Villainous, I just don't like it. Like, not to say I don't like it, it's just like, it's okay. Maybe I put it in I forgot. No, I remember, but it's not good. Like, objectively it's not bad either, but It's not good either. This one is, oh, this one, Willy Wonka Experience. This is the monstrous Duke's adopted daughter. Wait, let me add the title real quick. So that was when the villainess falls in love, and then beware the villainess. And then there is the current one I'm talking about is the monstrous Duke's adopted daughter. Okay, so the monstrous Duke's adopted daughter was really fluffy. I really liked it. What's that? Says it's lowest tier but puts it at top of the list. What do you mean? It's right here. No, Monstrous Duke is really good. The Monstrous Duke's adopted daughter is really good. I really liked it. I don't remember the ending. Honestly, I might have not. I don't think I caught up with the ending yet. But when I read it, it was really fluffy in the sense I believe she was in her original family. She was like abused and neglected, and then the Duke, which is a female, the woman Duke, happens to learn of her plight and she adopts her. And so the whole family is known to be like really like they're raw, scary, they're evil by everybody else, by the entire empire, but they're really nice to her, and they become her new like found family. And I believe that the Duke, which is she's a woman, the Duke was really like one of my favorite characters, I believe. I just remember, like, I don't really remember much about it, but I know it was really good. You know? I know it was really good. I know that it was fluffy. It was like very feel good. Let me see. I'm trying to remember the plot. Yeah, so yeah, the story starts when the main girl, her family's trying to sacrifice her because of the powers that she has or something, I think. And then her family is like, oh, we gotta blah blah. Instant classic then? It's in here. It's this one. Monstrous Duke's adopted daughter is in boom shakalaka. Have to start getting ready for work. Have a great stream, Adora. Have a good day at work. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so it's just feel good, really. It's like found family, it's fluffy. She goes from, you know, a really abusive household to a good one. Like I mentioned this before when I was talking about manhwa, I really like the stories where the main character was like quote unquote neglected or abused in her previous household or previous life, and then they go from an abusive / neglectful household to a really loving family, a really good one, because it's hurt comfort, right? I really like hurt and comfort, where basically the character has to get hurt first before they get comforted by another family or by another household. And there's always like little tropes to that, where like, for example, one of my favorite things with that trope is when their new family finds out about how her old family has been treating her, and they go batshit crazy about it. Like either they kill her old family, or like, you know, they teach a lesson to her old family to stop being, you know, mean and awful to her. And I really like it. It's really, really good. Okay, the next one is, oh, so like Fruits Basket? Yeah, like that. Yeah. An eye for an eye? Yeah. And another thing with that trope too is when, like, for example, she goes from being hated by everyone in her old family or her old household to being loved a lot by her current one. And so whenever the main character is like, are you sure I can do this? Or they'll say something like, oh, I've never had coffee, or I've never had sweets. And then the people around her is like, what? And they get really upset by it because like it's an obvious sign of neglect. For example, one really good example is, I I think the name is really ridiculous. It's Lord Baby runs a romance fantasy cache. It should be in here. Where is it? Where is it? It should be in here somewhere. I think it's this one. Lord Baby runs a romance fantasy with Cash, where basically she didn't know her name until she was like 13. The plot of that one is that her dad had to leave her with her uncle, I believe, because he was going to war and his household wasn't safe for her to live in. So he gives her to her uncle, and this is like all like magic stuff, and she gets abused there. She never gets told her name, she never gets a birthday, she never gets presents on her birthday, blah blah blah. Like, she gets forced to clean and to cook and to do everything as like a kid. So when they find out that like basically she gets taken back by her dad because he appears and he's like, where's my daughter, right? And this whole time she thought that her dad abandoned her, but the truth was that he was sending a lot of money, like child support checks, to her uncle, who was spending all that money. Cinderella trope? Yeah, Cinderella trope. So he finds out that she was being mistreated, and he takes her back home. And then he's like, oh, you know your name, right? I believe, or I can't remember. Like, it was a really good moment. She was like, oh, daddy, you know, she's referring to the dad. Daddy, what's my name? I was never told my name. And then he gets so angry that he unleashes like a huge wave of his power. Because he named her. He definitely named her. She doesn't have a mom because her mom died in childbirth. But he named her, and her uncle never told her that. And she thought that her uncle told her that her dad abandoned her, you know? So that was really good. That was really good. Or when the old family finds out the MC is happier with the new family and they regret it. Yeah, 100%. There's a similar story, My Happy Marriage. Oh, yeah, I watched some of that. I need to finish it. My Happy Marriage is good. So that was The Monstrous Duke's Adopted Daughter. And the next one is Carnophilia's Curse is Never Ending. Also really good. So I believe Carnophilia's Curse is Never Ending is about this girl who... Let me think. In her first life, she was in love with this guy, like the male lead, but her brother, I believe, killed his whole family or something. So he resented her family like a lot, even though she loved him a lot. So I believe that he took everything from the male lead. So the girl was like, yeah, well, fuck you. And she's a curse that's never ending, right? Let me edit the title. It's Carnophilia's Curse is Never Ending. Okay, so that's Carnophilia's Curse is Never Ending. And so this one is, again, boom shakalaka. Actually, yep. Wait, actually, I feel like this one can go here. Absolute Cinema. So, Carnophilia's Curse is Never Ending. So, yeah, it was basically like her brother was a tyrant. I think he was the emperor as well. He was a tyrant and he forced her to marry the male lead, who she loved for sure, but the male lead was really angry and hated her and him because he killed his whole family. And so I think it was like in a final act of desperation or something. I forgot why she did it, but she killed her brother to just basically like to end his tyranny, right? To end his whole scheme and his whole reign, right? She kills him just as he kills her, but then because she killed him, there was basically a curse that was put on her because he has like some magical like protections or whatever, you know, blah blah blah. She kills him, she gets inflicted with this curse, and so she gets reborn again in another life. She gets sent back in time basically, and this time around she vows to help the male lead, but to never fall in love with him again, or basically to distance herself. But then this time around, the male lead notices her because this is before his whole family is killed, right? So he notices her and he follows her around or something. No, he doesn't follow her around, but he's basically in love with her. this time around. The first time he wasn't, the second time he is, so. Ooh, the next one is Ashtart. Or Ashtare. I don't know how to say this one. Holy shit, we've been yapping for so long. And I'm only halfway through. I forgot how Ashtart goes. Let me see. Ashtart. I forgot. I remember it kind of, but let me think. Me when I forgot. I hope you guys are enjoying my yapping, by the way. I know that it's not very, like, the yap is real. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I know that, like, this isn't very stimulating as gameplay, but I hope you like it anyway. Because I don't think I can do anything, like, super strenuous right now. Because I'm so tired, right? But yeah, let me see. So Ashtart is basically, she was born into a family where everybody has like silver hair or something, and she's the only one who has like black hair. And so hold on, I believe that her family was really neglectful. This is another one. This is a different deviation from the whole like neglectful family, in the fact that she gets basically I think she got killed her first life. Yapping is good. Okay, good to hear. So I believe it was she got killed in her first life because she was framed or something. I can't remember if she was sent back in time or if she was killed. But either ways is, I believe the second time around, she distances herself from her family. So she doesn't get into a new household or anything like that, but she decides to distance herself. And she's like, she used to really, really crave their love, right? She used to be like, wait for me, brothers, and, you know, dad, like, you know, she would always be following behind them. She would always be begging for their attention or their love. And they never cared about her. Like, they cast her out because she had black hair, and everybody in the royal family has silver hair. So she has a half-sister, right? And her mom, like, was a commoner or something. And they loved her half-sister more than her, even though she's only her half-sister, right? And she was like younger as well, so they cared more about her sister than her. And so she was like, you know what, fuck you guys, I don't give a fuck about you all, I'm gonna do my thing. And so she withdrew from like the family. Like, she stopped begging for their attention, begging for their love, you know. She stopped everything. She stopped reacting to them and everything. So they were like, oh shit, what happened? For some reason, I don't remember her reincarnation. Was she really dead? I don't think she got reincarnated. I'm not sure what happened, like whether it was a reincarnation or like if she didn't get reincarnated at all. So I'm gonna stick with she wasn't reincarnated. But basically she suddenly changes her attitude, like 180. I forgot why. But she changes her attitude when she realizes that her family will never love her the same way that they love her half-sister. So she decides to just be like, well, I'm just gonna do my own thing, and when I'm 18, I'll leave this family. So she's not 18 yet. But then her brothers and her dad begin regretting the way that they treated her, because they saw her, I believe, getting along with someone else. Like, I think it was like her mentor or something. Like, she gets a mentor, and they get along really well. He's basically like an older brother figure to her or something. I don't remember. But then they regret it, and they try to, like, they try to patch things up, but it's too late. You know, it's like too little, too late. Yeah. So Ashtart is, I'm gonna say absolute cinema. Oh, okay. This one is the villainous versus the, oh no. The villainous is a marionette. Manhwa versus manga. Which wins for you? Manhwa, to be honest. I read manhwa way more. So the villainous is a marionette. I don't really remember much about this. I'm gonna put this in Tom Holland, to be very honest with you, because I like, it was really good in the first few, as far as I remember, that she was teleported in childhood to male lead, and he explained that her family actually, that could be it. Yeah, it could be, that could be it. I don't really remember that story. I need to reread Ashtard actually. I really want to get on that. But okay, The Villainess is a Marionette is about, like, I believe this girl has like an insane brother. In her first life, I think he kills her or something. I really don't remember this one. Let me see. I don't really remember, but I remember there was like something weird going on with her and her brother, where her brother was like almost in love with her or something. Like, he was really like yandere with her, right? And for some reason, that really like rubbed me the wrong way. Like, he was crazy about her or something. Like, he became obsessed with her because she used to be really standoffish to him, and then out of nowhere, she gets killed in her first life. She gets sent back, and in the second time, she decides to be nicer to him, I believe, to like wrap him, like basically wrap him around her finger. But then she was like, what was that? In her second life, sorry, I'm trying to remember. In her second life, she decides to like wrap him around her finger. So she acts really sweet to him, and he's like, "Oh my god, my sister is so perfect. My sister, like, you're not. I love you, my sister. Blah 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 blah. You know." Okay, let's see. Oh right, and her brother is like her half brother, so he isn't like eligible for the throne. But I believe that he had some. Yeah, like, it was just really weird. You know what? I'll just put it in Tom Holland for now. Alabama Manhwa? Yeah, basically. So, okay, I'm reading the synopsis right now. So, okay, Kayana is the main character. So the main character was the only true heir to the throne because she's the only child born between the emperor and the empress. And so she became close with her half-brother, her younger half-brother, because she was his like support, his comfort, and everything. So, what was that? I forgot. Like, I think it was they fell out because she became obsessed with the male lead. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna what the fuck?" And then I think he killed her or something. I can't remember. And I think it was like, I'm trying to remember, but I don't really like. I genuinely I forgot. Let me put that in I forgot. But yeah, let's move on. There's no use lingering on it. But I just know that it was like her brother was way too clingy with her, and I was like, that's fucking weird. It was like to the point where he would cry if he couldn't find her or something. I don't remember that. But okay, this one, The Villainess Wants to Rest. Once again, I forgot. I put everything that I've read so far in here, but I don't really remember a lot of them. So I'm like, I forgot. This one, genuinely, I forgot. The Villainess Wants to Rest. I don't remember what it's about, so I'm not gonna dwell on it. Whoopsies! Okay, and this one is How to Get My Husband on My Side. Absolute Cinema. I also don't remember this one, but I'm gonna try. So I believe this one is... It's arranged marriage, I believe. It's marriage of convenience or something. And it's basically... Oh, wait, no! In her first life... Wait. Oh no, okay, sorry. I'm getting confused with this one because it's pretty complicated, but basically she gets reincarnated into the villainess of this world, right? And her name is Ruby, I believe. So Ruby gets reincarnated into this world as the villainess, and I believe in her first life she was a villain, where she killed some people, or she killed the female lead, the actual female lead in the story, because in most of these stories, there is a female lead in the world who is like, you know, universally beloved by everybody and all that. But she was basically, you know, in her first life, and this isn't like, it's still like a, nobody knows she had her first life. She didn't even know it was her first life. She thought that it was fictional, but she actually lived through it, I think. I'm trying to remember. And so in her first life, her husband is the one who kills her because he didn't want to get married to her, but he had no choice and she had no choice, and she was not good. She was mean, she was cruel. So he killed her, I believe, because she did something to be killed for. I don't know. And then after that was when they, like, she got reincarnated again or sent back in time. And so this time around, she decides to be nicer. She decides to make their marriage not as miserable as it was the first time. So I'm sorry if I'm butchering the plot. I'm just trying my best to remember because it's been a while since I've read some of these. This one. Wait, what's that? See. Oh, this is the one I was talking about. Lord Baby runs a romance fantasy with Cash. This is really good. The title is really ridiculous, but it's really, really, really good. Hold on. Let me edit. The next one is Villainous Wants to Rest. And then How to Get My Husband on My Side. Are you guys enjoying it, by the way? Like, I know I'm talking a lot at length about something that you guys may not know about, but if you don't, you know, if you're not enjoying yourselves, we can always swap to doing something else. I just want to make sure that you're all enjoying yourselves, you know? And my head hurts a little bit, to be very honest with you. Okay, so the next one is, let's see, Lord Baby runs a, this one is really ridiculous. It has a really ridiculous title, but I love it. I feel like with yes, I love hearing you talk, especially while playing Stellar Blade. Aw, that's good to hear. I need to look for materials to binge anyways. Okay, good. It's chill, it's fun. Good to know. So, Lord Baby runs a romance fantasy with Cash is a really ridiculous title, but it's really, really good. Trust me. I feel like with manhwa, the more ridiculous the title is, the better the story. I'm reading that right now. Really? It's good, right? It's really, really good. So this one, I recently read it, but it's basically about there's a game system in this. So some of my favorite stories have game systems in them where basically they have like game UIs pop up in the actual world itself, and they have like, you know, they can break the fourth wall, or they what was that? They can break the fourth wall, or they have to complete some game quests. I believe they have to complete some quests in order to like gain some reward. Lit RPG is what it's called. Really? I'm having a good time. Good to hear. Of course, the title is good. It is really good. So the main plot of it is this girl in her like quote unquote normal life. She's in the modern world. She's just working at a grocery store. She's someone who reads romance fantasy a lot. So like me, she reads a lot of otome isekai manhwa. So she reads a lot of those, like a lot, and she's very well versed in the romance fantasy genre. Anyways, so she's always like leaving comments and stuff like that, right? One day, on her break at work, she's walking and something, and then she gets hit by a truck, and an angel pops out, and it's like, hey, you know, sorry we killed you. It wasn't supposed to be that way, but our god would like to make it up to you, right? Would you like to be reincarnated into the world of a romance fantasy novel? And she's like, fuck yeah, but also what's the catch? And so they're like, what? There's no catch. Like, she was like, oh, are you crazy? Because she thinks that she's hallucinating the whole thing. And he's like, no, like, you know, she was like, so why does he want me to be in a romance fantasy, an ultimate isekai? And the angel, shit you not, goes, well, it's because he reads a lot of them too, and he always sees you leaving really funny and helpful comments. So he wants to reward you because he's aware of you. Like this omni-sentient being is aware of her because she reads romance fantasy and leaves comments. The premise is so ridiculous, but it's really good. So she's like, what's the catch? And he goes, well, there's no catch. You just get to, like, the world is completely made up by the god, right? So it's tailored, quote unquote, tailored for her. She's like, okay, so I want to be reincarnated into a world where I get a lot of money and I'm loved by my family, my brother and my brothers and my father. And they have to be good looking. So the angel's like, yeah, whatever. You have so many requirements. Just sign here. So she signs, and I talked about this one just now a little bit. But basically, she gets reincarnated, and then for some reason, she immediately thinks that she's abandoned by her dad, because her dad, he's the one who had to give her away to her uncle to put her with her uncle, basically, while he goes to war, right? He's fighting in the war. He can't take care of her. She has to go to... She has no, like, magical presence or, like, magical abilities. And her brothers are really skilled magic users. And they could kill her if, you know, they run unchecked. And he's not around to check them. So he's like, okay, you'll go to your uncle. And she's a baby by now, by the way. So she gets sent to her uncle, who abuses her, who uses her as, like, labor and, like, basically a Cinderella story. And so years pass of that, and then her dad comes back to collect her. This reminds me of a novel where the guy previously isekai to a Souls-like world. Yeah, I really enjoy unique premises. But yeah, so she gets reincarnated. She's like, yay, you know, finally I can take it easy, because in her previous life she was an orphan and she had to work really hard. But then she immediately gets abandoned and she's like, well, fuck you, this angel sucks. So she gets found again by her dad, and she gets found in a really awful state, like she's wearing rags, she's being abused, blah blah blah. And he's like, what is going on? How dare you mistreat my daughter, blah blah blah. So he brings her home, and he gives her, like, a good life, blah blah blah, like gives her, like, good clothes and all that. And she's like, what's the catch? Like, he's gonna abandon me again. So it's a lot of, like, the story is a lot of her learning to trust again, because she's afraid that he's gonna get tired or bored of her and he's gonna, like, abandon her again. And in the story, she also gets abilities, but she gets abilities in a way that she can basically reference other romance fantasies or ultimate isekai manhwas and be like, oh, I want this main character's ability. But in order to do that, she has to earn money. So to earn money in the game system gives her quests to finish. So for example, she has to win over the hearts of her brothers, or she has to get accepted into the family by her brothers, right? So she has to do these little things, or she has to... There was, like, a quest where she had to take revenge or something on people who were stealing her money. So that one is really, really good. Lord Baby runs a romance fantasy with Cash. Super good. The next one is... I can't read it, wait. Oh, the next one is A Stepmother's Marchand. Also really good. I'm gonna put this in Absolute Cinema. A Stepmother's Marchand is... Let me edit that in, actually. A Stepmother's Marchand. The Stepmother's Marchand is basically about this young girl who... She gets engaged and married to this duke who's really, really old, like 40 something, and she's like 20, almost 18. So... Wait, let me see. So everyone says smart is Konosuba. I've never seen Konosuba, actually. An author's description of sword fighting, so he ends up in another world again. Really? Again? He gets isekai twice? How did he do that? Being isekai once is bad enough. You have to be isekai twice? That's crazy. Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious. Yep. Hello, Adora. Hello. So, A Stepmother's Marchand is about this girl who was really young when she got married her stepchildren were basically like they were different ages, but one of them was pretty close to her age. And I think it was a little weird at one point because I think one of her stepchildren was in love with her, like the one that was closest to her age. So she had 3 or 4 stepchildren, I think, and most of them were like under the ages of like 10, 12. And then there was one who was like pretty close to her age, like she was like 19 or 18 or something, and he was like 16 or 17, I don't know. Anyways, I believe that he was in love with her, which was a little weird. I will admit. But it's still, this overall story is really good. But basically, it's about this girl who was really young when she got married, and then all the duties of being a duchess kind of fell onto her. So she tried her best to be she tried her best to be a good stepmom, but her stepchildren didn't really take her seriously because she was so young. And so they didn't torment her per se, but they weren't like, they didn't love her. Like, they did love her, but they weren't very nice, right? They would like oppose her, they would, you know, be little shits to her, blah blah blah. Whole time her husband isn't a great man either. Like, he really isn't good, because what, you know, he's like, what, he's 40 or something, and she's like 19, and it was like an arranged marriage, I think. So anyways, I believe I can't remember if he dies or something. Yeah, he dies. So she's left alone. She's like the sole person to take care of the whole household as a 19-year-old, which is very hard on her, obviously. But so in her first life, she wasn't very appreciated. He straight up dies. Yeah, he straight up dies. So she's the one who has to like take care of her children. You know, she's the one who had to deal with the household affairs, blah blah blah, because he died and he left everything to her. So they were never like, okay, her and her husband were never like sexual, I believe. He was more of like a quote-unquote mentor to her, but he wasn't very nice about it. So they never really do anything, I believe. But anyways, she has to take care of the kids, but the kids are like being little shits, right? And then everything comes to a head in her first life when she gets murdered. Like, I believe it was foul play where she was visiting someone, so she was in a carriage, and her carriage like falls over and like basically she dies, right? And she dies really horribly. And the step kids, they loved her a lot, but they never told her that, and they were also being little shits. So when they found out that she died, they were really devastated too. So anyways, she gets sent back in time, and I forgot what she does differently the second time around, but I think she like decides to be different. She decides to be different towards the kids. Like, in her first life, she didn't really know how to handle them, so they were basically just strangers. But in her second life, she decides to be more hands-on with the kids. So it's very nice. It's a very good story. A really, really good story, actually. The next one is Sister, I Will Be the Queen in This Life. I forgot. I haven't really caught up with this one. I believe the story is that she was engaged to the crown prince, and then like her sister, what was that? It was actually kind of sweet. Yeah, it's a really sweet story. Like, a lot to do with family, a lot to do with, you know, healing, a lot to do with reclaiming your identity, I think. But yeah, A Stepmother's Mansion is really good. So the stepkids thought she was around because the dad was young in some one tale. No, maybe. I think maybe they might have thought that. I don't remember. But anyways, Sister, I Will Be the Queen in This Life is this one, but I don't really remember much about it, to be honest. I think I dropped it sometime early on, but I believe it's about a girl whose sister had been always stealing her spotlight, who has always been stealing her things, and it was worse when, like, I believe she was actually married to the crown prince or engaged, and I think she had like a I don't know, I don't remember. I think something happened, and then her sister ends up marrying the crown prince instead. Like, and the crown prince had always loved her sister or something, or he was under her spell. I don't remember, either or. But yeah. Let me... hold on. Excuse me. But yeah, that was Sister, I Will Be the Queen of This Life. So in the second life, I think she even gets executed in her first life. In her second life, she decides to take things differently and to seduce the crown prince first. Or maybe not. Like, I think she decides to forget about the crown prince. And he's like, what the fuck? And that has a reverse effect and he becomes obsessed with her. Okay. Just a little bit more. We gotta power through. My throat is so dry. Okay, next one. Villains are destined to die. This one. Boom shakalaka. Villains are destined to die is another one where it has a game system, which is really, really good. You need to hydrate. I just hydrated. But when I'm talking for an extended period of time, my throat tends to get really scratchy. So, okay, so Villains Are Destined to Die is really, really good. So it's about this girl who found a really popular game, like an otome game. So she decides to play it. And the main route is from the female lead's perspective. So it's really easy, right? The female lead has like a harem, everybody loves her, blah, blah, blah. But then there's a secret second route. Well, not secret. There's a second route where you get to play as Penelope, who is the villainess, who everybody hates, right? So she's playing as Penelope and her only goal is to survive. And this is as herself, as like her modern world self. So she's playing the game and she keeps dying because no matter what Penelope does, she always triggers someone's ire. And they end up killing her, whether it's her own brothers or like, or the crown prince or whoever else. So, excuse me. So, I believe she fell asleep and she got transmigrated into the world. And the thing about Penelope is the reason why her brothers hate her is because she isn't the real, like their real sister. She was brought in as a replacement for their actual sister who went missing years ago because their sister had pink hair, light pink hair, and Penelope has dark pink hair, like magenta almost. So they know that she's not their sister, but their dad was like, you know, I decided to adopt her. She's my daughter now, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know why he did that, but he did that. And so when she gets transmigrated into the world, the system of the world actually warns her of these stuff, where basically she can check their favorability ranking. So like kind of like affection points. She can check their affection points. She has to do quests in order to earn money to do these things, like checking their points or getting an item, getting like a boost, an item, blah blah blah. Basically it's like a game, and she's living through it, and it's really, really good. She has to basically max out affection with one of the male love interests, by the time of like her real sister coming back. So in the game itself, Penelope's death happens when the real sister comes home. So she's like on a clock. She has to max out affection with somebody, and she thinks that's the way to survive, basically, which it is in a game. In a game, you have to max out affection with someone and not die or be killed by another male love interest before then. So she's basically racing against the clock. She has to be strategic about it. She's very badass, very girl boss. I like her a lot. And yeah. So next one is, wait, let me add the title. I am so tired. I'm so sleepy. Let's speedrun the next few. I haven't caught up on it, but a lot of the attitudes others have towards her change. Yeah, so when she is transmigrated, a lot of the people view her differently. Like, they used to view her as like a spoiled brat, like a really selfish spoiled brat, because the previous Penelope was lashing out because even like the maids and the butlers were mistreating her. Like, I believe that was a maid who was regularly, like, injecting her with needles just to cause her pain, I think, and to make her weak. So when she takes over Penelope's body, she realizes that she's been mistreated so heavily that she's been lashing out that way. Kind of like a, you know, like a scared cat. But yeah, let's speed on the next few. So this one is, I became the male lead's adopted daughter. Honestly, Tom Holland, because I just, it's like, it's okay. The storyline isn't that bad. It's basically about this girl who was transmigrated as well, I believe. And when this guy visits her orphanage, she's like, I think he's trying to adopt a daughter or something. Because his friend keeps bragging about kids. You know, but yeah. Geez, what top-notch servants. I mean, dealing with a brat for a living isn't fun. Yeah, and it wasn't just like poking her with needles or like causing her bruises. They would regularly feed her spoiled food or like really awful food. So she couldn't even eat well. So she was lashing out that way, I believe. Anyways, I became the male lead's adopted daughter in Tom Holland because I just don't really care about it, to be very honest with you. Like, it's not bad, but I don't really care about it because it's kind of like every other story with like a kid and like a male lead adopting them. So there's nothing that really stuck out to me about this one. Okay, the next one is, I don't remember this one. This one is being I'm being raised by villains. Kind of. Let's put this in I forgot. Because I genuinely don't remember the plot of this. I think she got adopted or something. But yeah. This one is actually, I was the real one. Boom shakalaka. Because she forgot. Yeah, exactly. Because I forgot. This one, let me remember. I don't really remember this one. What's the plot of this? Oh, right. Okay. I remember this one. So actually, I was a real one. Is because she forgot. It's a 7 out of 10, perfectly adequate. Nothing bad to say about it, but nothing noteworthy either. Yeah. Like, it's not glaringly awful, but it's also not that good. So it's just like a, like, it's okay. It's not awful. 休憩ついでに眠気覚ましのストレッチとかする。はい。ストレッチ。あるよ。ごめん、私の日本語、ちょっと、本当に弱いんだから。My Japanese is ass. 本当に。はい。あるよ。Yeah, so it's a 7 out of 10. So actually, I was a real one is basically, I believe there was like a prophecy foretold about her family where there would be like a really great elementalist or sorceress born in his bloodline because she's part of the duchy, which is basically she's descended from a duke, and she would eventually become like the duchess or something like that. So her dad isn't very like warm to her. He's like pretty cold and distant. But then I forgot, what was that? Let me think. I'm trying to remember this story. 大丈夫ちょっと大丈夫ようまい私いやうまいじゃない At least you can speak it, but like really little. ありがとうございます Okay, so actually I was a real one. I'm trying to remember the plot. Yeah, so I believe that like she tried really hard to gain her father's love in her first life, but it didn't work because she was like, basically there was a prophecy foretold that like, oh, there will be someone born in the duke's family that will bring the empire peace, and that would be like a great elementalist, you know. And everybody thought that it was her, but then she couldn't summon the water spirits, I believe. Like she couldn't, she basically she didn't have like the elemental powers. So they thought that, you know, she either she was a fake or like, oh wow, like she's really not good, right? And then and also I think another sore point was that she didn't look like her mom who died giving birth to her. So what happens in her first life is that there was another girl who appears and she's like, oh, I'm his real daughter. Like I'm his actual daughter. Like I'm his, you know, I'm his half daughter or something. Like, but I'm his actual daughter. And she looked like, I believe she looked like him too. So they look alike, but the real girl, the real daughter, doesn't look anything like him. She looks like her mom. Yeah. Sorry, I got it mixed up. She looks like her mom. She looks nothing like him. He has like blonde hair and red eyes, and she has black hair and like blue eyes or something like that. So her dad didn't really favor her. When this new girl comes in and claims to be his real daughter, he shows her a lot more affection than he has ever shown his real daughter, which really hurts her, which really devastates her. And so I think I forgot what happens, but she eventually gets executed. She dies. And that's when it's revealed that the real daughter, quote unquote real daughter, was actually a demon who was pretending to be his daughter. And then she was the reason that the empire fell. Like the daughter, the demon daughter, the fake one, because she was there to conquer the empire. And so she causes war, blah, blah, blah. And everything awful happens. And then time gets reversed. They all get sent back in. They get sent back in time. I think the girl gets sent back in time at least. And she, this time around, is like, well, I'm gonna take steps to prevent that, basically. The next one is, I think, Taming the Lady. Again, I forgot. I, like, apparently read 70 chapters of this, but I don't remember a single thing about it, so we're gonna move on. Manhwa Anakin Skywalker, basically. This one, Father, I don't want this marriage. Absolute cinema. I don't get these characters sometimes. Yeah, me neither. I would love to have a daughter. I would love to have a daughter. But a lot of them, they like neglect their daughters either because they look too much like their moms who aren't around anymore, or for some other stupid reason. You also come to find out that the Duke was under a spell, I think. Like the demon was actively sinking her claws in him. So he didn't really have like sound judgment either. So the next one is Go Away Romeo. Oh, this is really good. So wait, let me add it in. What was that? Go Away Romeo is really, really good. It's basically about Juliet and Romeo, but in a different way. So Juliet gets... Wait, is her name Juliet? Wait, no. Hold on. Let me check real quick. I don't want to... No. Her name isn't Juliet, sorry. So her name is Rosaline. So Rosaline is actually Juliet's cousin, but Romeo courts her. Like Romeo, you know, is dating her in secret because their families are sworn enemies. So it's Romeo and Rosaline. So Rosaline really loves Romeo, right? And she's like, oh, I love him, blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't matter if our families are enemies, you know, I love him with all my heart. But then Adora Jr., especially if Adora was a daughter, me, your daughter, are you sure about that? But basically, what was that? I forgot. Sorry, no, I didn't forget. Yeah, so she's dating Romeo in secret. None of their families know about it. And then one day, news comes that Romeo is dead, right? Like he's died. He died tragically in an accident or something. And at the very same time, Juliet, who is Rosaline's cousin, is also dead. So it kind of like brings their family together or something, because their family has like a long history of bloodshed and like attacking each other and blah blah blah. But then when someone from both their families died, I believe they had like a temporary peace, or like they had like permanent peace, and they decided to put their grudge behind them, basically, because it's like, oh, what a terrible thing has befallen both our families, you know, someone that was so young died. But then Rosaline is pregnant with Romeo's child. Isn't that the whole plot of the original play? No, in this story, it's basically Romeo actually actively dates Rosaline, which is Juliet's cousin. So the story, and then after that, is like Rosaline is pregnant with Romeo's child, right? But then, you come to find out that Romeo actually isn't dead. He faked his death to run away with Juliet, even though he was dating Rosaline, who is the main character. So I was expecting it to be like Romeo and Juliet. It's kind of like that, just like with an extra few steps. So everybody thinks he's dead, blah blah blah. She thinks he's dead. She loves him still, and then she finds out that he's not actually dead. And she has a son already, right? He comes back. He, for some reason, like I believe she falls in love with someone else, or someone else is like, I'm gonna be the father that stepped up. And so she gets along much better with this other guy. You know, he's taking care of her and of her kid. But then Romeo comes back, and he's like, well, no, I want her back. I want Rosaline back, right? And he tries to get her back, even though he's still dating Juliet. And it's pretty messy, but it's a very good story. Next one is Father, I Don't Want This Marriage. Wait, no. I became the wife. Oh no, I became the wife of the male lead. Wait, I already put Father, I Don't Want This Marriage in here. Did I explain it? No, I didn't. I don't think so. This one is in, I forgot. Hey, Father, I Don't Want This Marriage is about this girl who, I think in her first life, she was framed for killing somebody like really high up, like a crown prince or something. And her dad is the one who, like, he doesn't kill her, but she basically has a really, really strong misunderstanding because she gets framed and nobody helps her. Her dad doesn't help her. So her dad visits her in prison and he's like, you know what to do, right? And he hands her a dagger, like a knife. I believe his intention was for her to, like, fight her way out or something. But because he didn't help her the first time when she was accused, she thought, oh, he wants me to execute myself. Sorry, I'm out of water. And my throat is so scratchy. No. Do you guys mind if I take water real quick? I'll be right back. I'll be right back, okay? Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Oh dear. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Whoa! I almost fell. I don't know how I did that. I almost fell. Hello, I'm back. Friend A, welcome to the Love Wicks. Thank you for joining my membership. Hi. Hello. Ron chat? What the fuck? Okay, I'm back. Let's speedrun this. Okay. Kairi, tadaima. Welcome to the Love Wicks, friend A. Thank you for the member. Okay, so, what was that? Alright, wait, what was it? Oh, father, I don't want this marriage. Yeah, so she was like, I gotta kill myself. Because her dad was like, hey, here's a dagger. You know what to do. He didn't communicate with her, and she was like, well, I got my McDonald's. Hi, Demba! Hello! How are you? I hope you're doing well. So yeah, that's it. And then in the second life, I believe she has arranged marriage to the male lead or something. So, okay, anyways, the next one is marriage of convenience. I'll be real with you. Tom Holland, mostly because I don't really remember shit about it, but I know it was a pretty good time. I think this one was different because, holy shit, I spit a little bit, sorry. I think this one's different, because basically she gets arranged to be married to this guy, and so they marry really, really young. Oh boy, Green! Me! I'm Green! It's been a yap. I've been yapping like crazy. So she gets arranged to be married to him when she was really young. Like, I think she was like 6 and he was like 16 or something. And so they marry when she's like 10 or something. Like, they quote unquote marry. And she never lives with him, I think, until she becomes of age or until she gets older. She goes to live with him when she's older. He seems to be really cold and standoffish at first, but he just doesn't really know. Like, he feels really bad, I guess, about the marriage and about like neither of them really had a choice in it, but he felt really bad about it, I believe, and so that's why he kind of always distanced himself from her. He never like went to talk to her or anything like that. He never sent her letters. She just kept living where she was, even though she was legally married. It was forced upon them by their families, I believe. So, hey, no FBI. It wasn't his fault. Okay, and then the next one is the beloved new daughter-in-law of the Wolf Mansion. So far, it's been pretty good. This one is about a girl who she can turn into a bird. What has Tom Holland done to you to be the Banneret of the mid-tier? Not saying I disagree, but just curious. Nothing. That's exactly it. I feel like everybody loves Tom Holland, but I'm just like, he's okay. He's not the worst, but he's also not like, I also don't see the hype, you know? So, the beloved new daughter-in-law of the Wolf Mansion is basically about this girl. She has magical powers. She can heal. She can also turn into a bird. So there are different clans. There's like the bird clan, there's the eagle clan, there's the wolf clan. So she's from the bird clan, I believe. And they can all heal. But they really love her sister or something. And they were planning on sending her sister to the Wolf Mansion because they had to arrange a marriage. So in her first life, I think, I can't remember if it was in her first life or if she was like turned back in time or whatever. But anyways, point being is that in the first time round, when they sent her sister, her father was the one who told her sister to basically suck out the life force of the heir of the Wolf clan. So she basically killed him. She killed the Wolf clan heir. I don't know how to say it. And then war broke out, you know, she was being killed. She was about to be killed. I think she died. She suffocated because her family's house had been set on fire and she got trapped. So she got sent back in time. And the second time around, she decides like she's gonna be the one who goes to the Wolf clan. Like, she sneaks out, basically. She meets the Wolf clan elder and she's like, can you please bring me? Please bring me, please. Like, bring me with you, you know, because her family is also pretty shitty to her. like abusive and shitty. So she's like, please bring me with you, and he's like, yeah, okay, I will, and I'll protect you. Because she goes, I can heal him. Because the reason why they had to arrange a marriage between the bird clan and the wolf clan is because the heir of the wolf clan is sickly. He's like really fragile, he's weak. So they hope that with the arranged marriage with someone from the bird clan who is known for their healing, it's only her sister. Her sister has a reverse, the inverse, where she takes people's life force. So she kills she killed the heir. I don't know how the fuck you say that. Anyways, second time around, she decides to volunteer herself by literally being like, please bring me with you, please kidnap me. And the guy's like, sure, I guess. So he does, and yeah, it's pretty good so far. It's pretty fluffy. This one is... oh, the Closet Fan Princess. The Closet Fan Princess is... hair is a rabbit? No, it's H-E-I-R. Air. Closet Fan Princess, I'm gonna say... Tom Holland? Like, it's good, but to be very honest, like, it's good and it's unique. I think it was... the premise is that she was a really big fan of the villain. Here's what you're talking about. Yeah. She was a really big fan of the villain in her first life, in her modern life. She gets isekai'd into the villainous, and she's like a fan, right? So she tries to get close to him by sending gifts or something. And he's like, wow, she want me bad. You know, I can't remember. I don't really remember, but yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. Sorry, I'm speed running because I'm getting tired and I want to take my midday nap. I hope that's fine. Okay, the next one. What's this? Wait, what's that? Let me check my file real quick because the thumbnail is so small. I can't see it. Which one is that? Oh, this one. This one's really good. The Princess and Prince the Traitor. Boom shakalaka. The Princess and Prince the Traitor is still gonna nap because your schedule is having to stream in one day. Yeah, I got a sleepy eepy. But hold on. Sorry, I'm stretching. Ugh. So the Princess and Prince the Traitor is really, really, really good. Where basically the princess was framed by her sister, who was really jealous of her, I believe. And so she gets framed as like the traitor or something, and she gets executed, I believe. And the male lead is like, there's a lot that goes into it. Basically, the male lead is like a type of magical human or something, or like they're classified as subhumans, who are the servants or like the contracted like servant to someone from the royal family. Basically, he's like a soldier or something, or a knight or something, and the royal family can choose their knights. So in their first life, the sister chooses him. Her sister chooses him, and because she's in love with him, right? And she frames the sister for being a traitor, for doing something that I forgot. But the whole time, the guy, the knight, was actually in love with the main character, not the sister. So she was really jealous about that. And so when he finds that she has been executed, he is the one who begs the magician or the mage to turn back time. So time gets sent back in time. They get sent back in time, I believe. And the second time around, the girl knows not to trust her sister. So she gets her revenge. Yes. Sorry. Okay, Who Made Me a Princess? This one is a classic. Every otome isekai reader has read this. This is basically about a girl who, in her first life, she was neglected by her dad a lot. There was like some extra magic thing going on, but basically her dad never cared about her, even though she... Oh wait, no. Wait. Okay, no, the story is that this girl was actually... the first life was in this world, right? She was the main character. She was the outcast. She worked really, really hard to gain her father's love. You know, she did the best at everything, blah blah blah. But then a half sister gets brought in, and he shows that half sister way more affection and love, and you know, he doesn't show any of that to her. So she's like, why? You know, like, she doesn't even blame this half sister. Like, she tries to help the half sister even, but then it doesn't work, and she gets executed because she was framed for killing. She was framed for poisoning her half sister by someone else, right? So, stretch, erai. Hi, stretch. Stretch, ippai. So she gets what was that? She gets framed for trying to poison her half sister, and then the emperor, her dad, doesn't even wait for her innocence to be proven before he executes her. So that, I think, the trauma of that, plus like she basically has gone through like several lives at this point. The trauma of that causes her to reincarnate as a person in the modern world. Okay, keep up with me. She gets reincarnated into the modern world. She reads about the story that, you know, was her life in that modern world. She dies in the modern world, and she gets sent back again to that story where she's that princess again. And this time around, things go differently because she decides to, she's like, well, fuck you all, I'm gonna try to survive. But then her dad notices her, and he actually grows fond of her. So things are differently this time. Yes. So that's that. The next one is, oh, the villainess reverses the hourglass. Absolute cinema. Actually, maybe Tom Holland. Tom Holland or Absolute Cinema. Mainly because, like, the more that it cooks, like, the more that it's been the longer it's been since I've read this, the worse it feels like it is to me. But it's like, it's classic. It's a classic revenge story. Ohadara, ohadara! A midday nap will be perfect right now. I know. I want a midday nap so bad. Oh. But yes, now I understand the dynamics of these novels, trauma and then healing. Yeah. So the next one, this one is the villainess reverses the hourglass. Again, she was framed by her sister. And I don't remember what she was framed for, but she dies in the first life. In the second life, she decides to take revenge on her sister and on the people who killed her. And this is actually one of the first times I've actually felt bad for the person who's being revenged on. Like the sister. I actually felt bad for her, genuinely, at one point, because the revenge is like so strong and heavy-handed that I felt bad for her. But that's the villainess is reverses the hourglass. I think she gets like an hourglass that, like, when she reverses it, she can go back 5 seconds in time to like undo what happened just before. So that's why it's called that. Next is the under the oak tree. I will say, I used to like it a lot, but the more and more it happens, villains are supposed to do bad things. I know, but you can still feel bad for them, can't you? She has a stand? Yeah, basically. Okay, hold on. So, wait. Under the Oak Tree is basically about this girl. Again, she was mistreated. She was abused by her dad. She, I think, has an arranged marriage with this guy, Riftan, the male lead. And the one thing about the female lead is that she has a stutter. Like, she has a speech impediment, and that's why her dad, like, hates her and blah blah blah. Like, they think that she's a disgrace because she can't speak properly. So she gets sent, or she gets arranged to be married to this knight guy, and yeah. Like, I say it's in Tom Holland because I used to like it a lot, but Adora Villainous ASMR RP would go hard. What would I even say in that, though? Why do I feel like most of these novels start off an abusive family? Because I like them. I like the whole, like, hurt and then comfort, like, trauma and then healing thing. But anyways, so she gets arranged to be married to him. She starts living in his kingdom, like not kingdom, but like his duchy, because he's a duke again. It's always a duke. And what was that? I forgot. But yeah, I think the one thing with Under the Oak Tree is that after a while, the story just got really stale and there wasn't really much going on. So I was just like, dude, I am so bored. And she doesn't really, like, she does have like a minimal amount of like character development, but she's still like stuttering every sentence when she speaks, even now, I believe. So it's just like, okay, let's move on with it, alright? Lady Adora, do you need to talk to someone? I'm fine. I'm fine. But yeah, the next one, the last one, woo! Is this broken ring. The marriage will fail anyway. This is the one that's freshest in my memory because I just finished it. You know, this one is about, okay, this one is also really, really dark, by the way. This one is about Inez, who is the main female character. And so in her first life, she was engaged and married to the crown prince, right? But then he was a really awful guy. Like, he would he would like abuse her in more than one way. He would sleep around, and then he transmitted some diseases to her, which is why she couldn't have babies, right? Which is something that she was criticized really heavily for. Like, it's like, oh, like, what's so wrong with you that you can't have kids? But it's actually because of her husband, the crown prince. So her first life ends with her pew-pewing herself in order to punish the crown prince, because she tried everything, right? She tried to go batshit crazy, blah blah blah, but nothing happened. So she was like, you know what? This is your fault. I'm doing this because so that you can be the first prince in history to be so awful that her fiance, like that his wife chooses to pew-pew herself rather than live with you, right? So she does that, but then she comes back to life again when she's 16. In her second life, she decides to run away with an artist to lead a happy life. And she actually was really happy in her second life. She was with this artist, and although he was poor and they were poor, you know, she had never been happier. She gives birth to his kid, blah blah blah. But then her family finds her, right? Her brother finds her, and he pew-pews her lover in front of her. So her lover is like, he's dead and he's gone. And she is so heartbroken. Again, she dies. A whole lot of self-murking. No, it's not. This is the only one with self-murking. This is the only one. Anyways, and again, she dies. I forgot why. She dies in her second life, but she's like, eh. So in her third life, she decides to never love anybody. And she is very strategic about what she wants to do. So from childhood, because this time around she gets sent back to when she was 6 years old, she makes sure to I swear I heard some more. No, this is the first one with self-marking. That's why I said it's really heavy, so just be careful. Hi, baby. Sorry, my dog's here. Anyways, so the third time around, she decides to be really careful, and she picks the one person that she feels like would never love her. She picks a womanizer, basically. Like, he's known for his good looks, he's known for womanizing, and so she's like, okay, I'll marry him, because at the very least, even when we're married, he's gonna be like off with other girls, he's not gonna care about me. And then once we've been married for like a year or so, we can get divorced and I can live my life, you know? It doesn't matter if I'm divorced, nobody would want to marry me again, right? So her plan backfires because he becomes like obsessed with her. Like, not obsessed with her, but he's always loved her, right? But he's always pretended he never did. So when he saw that she didn't care about him, she was like, oh, because basically she catches him in the act of like cheating, you know? So she's like, wait, what? Hello, Toka-kun. Hello, Yui. Hello, hello. Hi, Yui. Hi, Toka-kun. Toka and Yui were talking about how much they love you. Really? Were you guys doing that? Hi, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. My name is Adora Fortune. I am from VOLs 2nd generation. I am a High Priestess VTuber and expert yapper. We love you. I love you guys. Please, my chat, please check out Usachi Yui, Toka-kun from SVP. They're really sweet. They've been so kind to me. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that, you know, welcome in, welcome in. We were just yapping. I'm actually about to end, I think, in like a couple of minutes. Oopsies. But I hope you guys have been doing well. Hi, welcome in. We were just yapping about Manhwa for like 2 hours straight. A double raid? Thank you! Oh my god, you guys are so sweet. Hello, Parfait. That's a really good name, by the way. Yes. Hi, baby. Sorry, my dog is in my arms right now. I'm holding her like a baby in my arms. I'm cradling her. She's very cold, so she's shivering. Adora nerd? Hey! I'm not a nerd. Okay, so, what was that? Oh, you're right. So she picks a womanizer, right? She picks a guy with like a really good face and everything, and she's like, oh, wait. She's like, nerds are cool though? Good to hear. I'm a big nerd, okay? I've been rambling about manhwa for like the past 2 hours and 30 minutes. So what was that? Right, so she decides to pick someone with like a really good face, and she's like, well, he doesn't have to be faithful to me, right? And so they've been engaged since they were both 6 years old. Like, she was like, I want to marry him, right? And because she's from one of the most powerful families, she can't really be told no. So she was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna marry him. And she did it calculatively because she was like, oh, he has such a nice face that, like, you know, he's gonna be a womanizer later on in life because he was one in her past life. So she's like, you know, and it serves her too because she's like, okay, then I don't have to get attached to him, right? We can just live our separate lives and get this love. Nerd, thank you. A cool nerd indeed. Me? You're so sweet. You're also sweet. But yeah, what was that? Yeah, so she chooses that, and then she catches him like cheating on her, right? And she's like, oh, like, it's okay. You know, she straight up, she was like, yeah, it's fine. Because he felt really bad about that. Like, he felt really bad about like her catching him, like kissing another woman. And so, but the thing is, she really genuinely didn't give a shit. She was like, oh, it's like, you know, you can continue doing that. Like, I really don't care. And he's like, what? How can you not care? She's like, what? Like, I really, really don't care. Like, she genuinely doesn't care because we see things from her POV as well. So she's like, good, like, you know, he can keep doing that. I don't really care. Like, as long as I get to divorce him in the next year or so, once we get married, that's fine with me. Like, he can keep seeing other women, you know? That's what she says. She's genuinely fine with it. She chose him for that reason. And he's like, he gets so upset by it. He's like, why? Like, you really don't care about me? Because he was operating under the assumption that she was in love with him since they were 6 years old. Because why else would he choose him to marry her, right? He was like, this whole time I thought that you were in love with me. I thought that you liked me. But you're telling me that you never cared at all? Because she was like, yeah, I really don't care about you. So it has a rocky start, right? And because of that, he was like, wait, so everything that I've been like assuming, like, you know, assuming that she was in love with him, it was all fake? It wasn't real? And he was like, what? Like, since when? Does she have another lover? Is that why, you know, she doesn't care if I cheat on her? Blah, blah, blah. And so he thinks about it so much that he becomes obsessed with her. Like, he loves her. Like, he loves her for sure. He becomes obsessed with her, and he's like, I can't stop thinking about Inez. I can't stop thinking about her. I can't stop thinking about, you know, the way that she smiles, or she doesn't smile, but I can't stop thinking about her, blah, blah, blah. And so he's like, wow, like, I have fallen in love with her. You know? How come he is the salty one? No, he wasn't salty. he wasn't like salty per se, he was just like confused, he was dumbfounded, right? Because she was basically like, yeah, I encourage you to cheat, like I don't really care, I genuinely don't care. And he was like, wait, you don't care? But like, I'm sure you're upset, like I'm sorry. Like he was like, I'm really sorry. She's like, well, I mean, I've been aware of what you've been doing for like months, but like, you know, keep going. And he was like, what? Oh wait, sorry, someone's calling me. Hold on, sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Holy shit. I got a call from my grandma and I never like I make it a point not to ignore her calls just in case it's something important. But yeah, so is it one of those tropes where a popular guy is dumbfounded that another woman's just not interested in him? Kind of like that, but also like he's been in love with her for longer than he realizes. Cause, oh wait, no, that's a spoiler. I can't say that. But he's been in love with her for very long, but he's been basically suppressing it. And honestly, okay, you have to remember that she basically orchestrated everything. Like she knew that he would cheat on her and she was okay with that because she wanted him to. She wanted to live separate lives so that once she got divorced from him, it would be like quick and painless, right? But then he becomes interested in her because he's like what? She doesn't care? Like I thought she loved me, but now she's telling me that she never cared about me at all, so my whole life has been a lie. Because he's been living his whole life as like her fiance, right? Since he was 6. So he was like, what the fuck? Like, huh? You know? So that really changed his worldview and like his perspective and like attitude on things. And so from then on, like after he got caught, he never like looks at another woman again. He's basically like, I can't, like he tries, but he's like, I can't, like I can only think of Inez. I can only think of her. He becomes obsessed with her and he is like, I have to make up for what I did, you know? I have to make up for what I did. And he realizes that he's been in love with her for way longer than he realizes. And so, yeah, it's a really good one. I really, really recommend that one. But yeah. Okay. All right. That's all of them. How do we feel? That's all of it. How do you guys feel? Mm-hmm. Oh dear, wait. Do you guys enjoy that? EP? Oh? Alright. We're done! EP? Are you EP? Is it EP time? For you and for me? Perchance? I feel like I'm gonna miss you when you're on your leave of absence. It's okay. It's just 1 month, okay? I promise. And while I'm gone, I'm going to be working on some things as well. Actually, do you guys mind if I BRB? I like really need to pee. I'll pee and then we can keep yapping, okay? I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. Hello! Yes, no time for an idol meeting. I gotta pee! I gotta piss! Anyways. I hope you guys had fun watching me yap my ass off. That was really fun. The emotes are so cute. You like them? I'm gonna commission more. When I can. I'm gonna commission more, I promise. But I hope you guys had fun watching. And, you know, okay, I'm back. She's pissing on the moon. Exactly. I ain't got no time to fucking I ain't got no time to waste. It was fun. These stories are crazy. You promise? I hope you guys had fun. Yeah, these stories are really batshit insane when you really think about them. I can still hear a voice. I'm here! Anyway, speaking of my leave of absence, for those of you who are in chat and don't know, I am going on a 1 month break at the end of this week, which is, you know, in 3 days. Actually, in 3 days, I'm going on my break. I hope that you guys won't miss me too much. There's always my VODs to watch back on. And also, like, I just need to take the break to take care of family. And at the end of the break, I'm going on vacation. So that's good. That's why it's 1 month. It's 3 weeks of taking care of my family, and it's 1 week of me going to what was that? Going on a trip, basically. And so I hope that you guys don't, you know, I hope that you guys don't miss me too much. I will be working on things behind the scenes. I will be trying to upload some stuff anyways. So yeah, I hope that you guys will enjoy it anyways, and enjoy like the uploads that I have, the things that I have planned. Yeah, like don't worry, I will be back, okay? And I know some people are like, oh, but then some people have told me actually that like, oh, if you leave now, you're gonna lose all your viewers when you come back. And you know what? That's okay. you know, that's okay, and I will be back regardless of like whether it's because I come back and like I have like no more viewers, or like I have like I don't know, like all of you are really precious to me, right? And you wait for me, right? It doesn't matter if like my viewership drops or my CCV drops or anything like that. I really don't care about that. As long as I can come back to you guys at the end of the day, that's really all that matters to me. So yeah. Adora all for me? What? We can go. Whoa! Nuh-uh, I'm not reading that out loud. You're my only green VTuber? Me? I'm green? I've handled worse hiatuses. You can't get rid of me that easily. Okay, that's good to hear. Like a big part of like my fear, one of my strongest fears is that like I'm gonna leave for a month and then everybody's gonna forget about me. And that really sucks. Like that really does suck. I hate that feeling of like what was that? That feeling of fear and like worry that like I'm gonna leave and you're gonna forget about me. I hope that's not the case, because I really do need this break. And it is inevitable. I need this break. And I hope that, you know, I hope that it'll be okay. You guys will be okay, right? You can take care of yourselves for a while. You guys will take care of yourselves for a while, right? And you take care of the temple too? Right? Yeah. But yeah. But then I found you? Welcome, welcome. I'm happy that you found me. But yes, you love Wix. I have faith and trust in you that you will be good, that you'll all do well. You know? You guys will be okay. You'll be okay. You're big, love Wix. Exactly. Only for a while, don't leave us forever. I won't. Okay, I promise. As much as I can. I'm pretty sure some of us will never forget you. That's so sweet. You guys are so sweet. Yes, the temple will be kept warm and lively for you. Good. You guys should stick together and band together and keep the temple warm and lit. Okay, lit in more than one ways. Light your candles and also get lit. Love your accent also. Thank you. I don't know what accent do I have. What accent do you guys think I have? I'm curious. I'm curious to find out. What accent do you guys think I have? Can we watch your TV though? Sure. Not for too long. Your screen time is limited to 3 hours a day. Irish? That's a new one. Irish is new. We'll miss you? I'll miss you too. What if we accidentally kept it too warm and burnt it down? Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. But yeah, I wanna, on my time away, I'm gonna be working on some stuff as well behind the scenes. I'm gonna be working on some... what is that? Some videos. I'll probably be, hopefully I'll be uploading some videos too. So I'll probably be in the waiting rooms of anything that premieres. So if you want to catch me, come and find me. But yeah, I will be uploading on Twitter and on YouTube. I'll be scheduling some tweets so that I'm not on social media as much as possible, because I just want to focus, right, on my family. It's gonna be all good. Good to hear. I'm happy to hear that. But yes. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end now. But I don't know who to raid. Do you guys have any idea of who I can raid? Actually, I don't know. Wait, who can I raid? Nobody's live right now. There's someone. Oh wait, okay, maybe we can raid Rio. Who can we raid? Let fate guide us. Yeah, I don't know who's live right now though. I'm looking for somebody to raid. She? Oh, is she live? Someone has to be on. May I petition a small indie VTuber? Sure. Who would you like to petition? Okay, bye-bye, going back to work. Good luck with work. No worries. Thank you for coming by. Make sure they're not about to end also. I know, that's happened to me more than once. Which really sucks. Oh, what about Peo? Yukinoshita Peo. Koko Ichigo. A mangaka who's working on her. Oh! Oh, let me check. Let me check her out. Her name is good. Koko Ichigo. Wait. I can't find her. Choco! Oh, not Coco. Choco Ichigo. Well, this is really cool streamer live right now. Her name is Adora Fortune. You guys are... Hey. Hey. I can't raid myself. How do I do that? Okay, yeah, let's raid. Oh, Choco Ichigo. Okay. Clone yourself. Clone everyone and then raid yourself? Of course. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. I always want to spread the love to people who really need it. So I like raiding smaller VTubers too. Just so if like I can help them, that would be nice. Okay, hold on. Thank you for the stream, Adora. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys had fun. I know it's kind of like out of my usual content sphere, but I really like yapping, if you couldn't tell. So, if you couldn't tell, I really love yapping. Alright, bye-bye, Adora. Thank you for stream. Thank you for coming. I'm just like trying to read right now. It's so bothersome. Otsukare-sama deshita. Otsukare! Arigatou gozaimasu. Alright. Love the yaps? Good to hear. Good to hear. Wait, let me see. We got reading materials while you're gone? Yeah. It's a reading list, okay? Make sure that you're reading it. Actually, yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna read one of my mutuals, maybe? Because he's playing Animal Crossing right now. That sounds really fun. Okay. Sorry that I'm like saying all this out loud, by the way. Alright, let's go. Okay. We'll write a book report and then submit it to you when you're back. Good. You better. Okay? Alright. I'll see you guys around. Thank you for coming, and I hope that you have a good rest of your day, rest of your week. I will see you in a couple of hours, actually. We have a Infinity Nikki stream in 7 hours. So, let's do that. Okay? Bye-bye!